Oh my God, survivalist forums, it's like just anything that comes up in the news that can be in any way interpreted as being like a sign that there's some kind of either social or economic or military, whatever catastrophe coming that's gonna like cause the big reset and make all of these
AKA the
survivalist,
bricks.
yeah, like, and make all of these survivalist skills and compounds that they've spent so much effort into relevant. Like, no, they're very much thinking in a time frame of like they expect it to happen not only within their lifetime. Most of them are hoarding, like, yeah, because they expect it to happen within a decade. I mean, the time frames are. No one. I find myself the cockeyed optimist, thinking that humanity's gonna last more than a couple of hundred years. Most people I talk to these days don't think. Like, between the climate alarmists on the left thinking that the planet's going to magically microwave itself in 20 years, to the people on the right who think that just like, I don't know, maybe like the inflationary economy is just unsustainable, which, okay, I'll be honest, like, between the two sides, that's the one that makes a lot more sense to me. Like, I'm like, yeah,
like
the more I learn
bricks
about the
and
economy,
stuff.
the more I learn, like, wow, what the fuck is... What is running the world?
First of all,
I love that stuff.
society as we know it will collapse, but society as we know it has only been around, like the technological age of society has only been around for roughly 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's such a pinprick.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
going
nothing.
to collapse, and you want to know why it'll collapse? Because there is only so many resources on this planet. If you look at the
they're
actual
running
amount
out
of
of
gold
stuff in
that has been
cell phones.
produced through all different, I don't care.
Yeah,
if
it's like I've seen the
chemical
graphic.
extraction.
It's that ball, and it's not that big. It's like fucking.
No,
It's not that
the
big at all.
size- It's a stack 4 feet tall
Yeah.
and the size of a football field.
Yeah,
That
which is like
the
nothing.
total amount of gold. Okay, but you have 8 billion people on this planet that are all trying to acquire things like the new iPhone. And all that. Every little bit of gold. that is
Well, that's
used to
more
make
like
these things-
cobalt.
At some
Like
point,
those
at some
conflict
point.
minerals, cobalt and lithium. Oh my God, there's like minuscule amounts of those. Oh, there's nothing. And yet, yeah, all of our technology is based off of it. It's crazy.
Which is why
It's like begging for
preppers,
some kind
your
of disaster.
Preppers are not going to survive. I don't care if they survive for their entire lifetime. At some point, all supplies run the fuck out. Unless you're a motherfucker who knows how to make more of said supplies. So this is why I say guns
Just like oil and gas.
obsolete.
Oil-
Yeah, sure.
oil is
At
kinda
a
like
fucking
this.
situation where a bear is chasing you, in that instant, that's survival. The gun's going to be quite useful.
No, you're not going to be.
On a
You're not
long-
going to be defending against bears. You're going to be defending against other humans.
Oh my god! Stop eating the fucking point, literally. Okay.
Oh, relax,
The point-
God.
the
You
point-
want-
the point
okay,
is
listen,
over-
Professor.
over
Stop
time,
making these
over
absolute
time.
statements as though you're some sole arbiter of the truth. Calm down. Take 20% off of it. It's Friday. Eat another edible. You are not the master of the
Hey,
universe, and you
hey,
do
it's
not have
Saturday,
everything
buddy.
figured out.
It's
Just
Saturday for me,
relax. Just relax. Man, you're so argumentative. Just take it down. 20%, buddy. Come on.
Hey, it's
Keep
Saturday
it
now.
friendly.
It's
Come
not
on,
Saturday.
man. Like,
It's
you
not
do
Saturday.
not. You sound like me when I was 19.
No, because these
Oof.
arguments to me are pointless. They're
Well,
absolutely
then why are you
pointless in
making
grand
them with
scheme.
such passion and conviction if they're pointless? You should just be throwing them
Because
out there as the
because
frivolous
change
things they
starts-
are.
Change always starts on a very small scale.
What, so
It
you're
always has to be one.
proselytizing? You're going to start with us and change the rest of the world? We're your first
Who
step?
knows?
Come on.
You never
No,
know.
that's
You
ridiculous.
never know.
Just
You never know.
relax. Relax.
You know
Bong
what? You
hit
never
for
know.
everyone here. I'm going to have a bong hit. You have an edible, and just come on. Come on. Open the mind.
You're the reason why the status quo is winning.
No, you're
Because
just
your
another
ability
person
to
who thinks you
overlook.
have the entire universe figured out, and you're not interested in listening to any kind of contrary opinion. Just
I do.
relax.
I do have the fucking master.
Well, I would.
And you know what it means?
No, okay, there you
As
go.
an
If you're
individual,
gonna
you don't
say
matter.
that, I don't have a
As an
problem.
individual,
if you're
you
just gonna
don't
put
matter.
yourself on that pedestal unironically, then
Hey.
I fully accept that. I mean, because
Listen,
at
I
that point I feel like my
understand.
work is done. Like, it,
And I understand like a lot of things, and one of the things that I understand is as an individual, you do not matter. You do not matter. On
Well,
the grand
okay.
scheme of things.
Again, like if you're starting a statement that's that low resolution, that open-ended, it to be almost meaningless, just right away, it just like implies a bunch of things about like, why are you starting with that? Say something meaningful.
Fire on the target.
Say something precise, specific, profound. Say something that's gonna rock my world.
Because
Blow my mind.
nothing about society today is actually worth keeping.
That's ridiculous.
Nothing.
Again, okay, you need to, okay. Anyways, just try a little harder. Do me that favor. Lean into it.
No, because I will not follow conclusions that this is the
I'm not the one sitting here saying I have the universe figured out. I'm the one begging the person who's saying he has the universe figured out to just be like, okay, maybe
here's a
come
concept.
on.
Okay?
Like,
The
Neil
human
deGrasse
brain-
Tyson doesn't talk this confidently. Frickin', like, the smartest people in the universe talk with more humility than you currently are.
Okay, first of all, Neil deGrasse Tyson is not the smartest man on this
No,
planet.
actually, he's a big idiot now. He's so revealed himself. It's
Yeah.
hilarious watching him fall. But
Okay.
even on topics where he knows things like astrophysics, he still speaks with a little more humility.
Okay, on a universe as a whole, okay, the human brain cannot even comprehend the vast majority of what goes on beyond this fucking little planet, okay? And what we
Well,
consider.
in what sense?
like,
Again,
a
these are
lifetime.
such like low resolution, open-ended
No, you can't.
statements.
You're literally the human brain cannot comprehend.
Well,
the
but we
sheer
do,
sizes
because
of
we have these
size of
things
planet.
called
You can put-
cosmology.
you
We have
can
radio
put
telescopes
numbers-
that can see to the beginnings of the universe and time
You can
itself.
put-
We can
you can
interpret these data, these minutiae of data, and uncover the
Oh,
vast
this is-
underpinnings
I
of
love
the
how-
universe.
how do
I don't
you-
understand how you can say things like that when our entire civilization is based on the exact contrary to that. Like, how can we be so inept at understanding the physical universe and yet like have quantum computing, AI? Like, do you think we're doing this with abacus? Like, you need to upgrade the resolution of your worldview. That would be my recommendation. It's a bit embarrassing.
We are not even fucking advanced in any way, shape, or form. And what I mean by we can't comprehend things.
Well, compared to
okay,
what?
For,
Again,
for
okay,
you, for you to
compared to what?
comprehend
That's
something.
a relative statement. It needs
if
to be
you don't
compared to
actually
something to
let me
make
finish
sense.
a sentence for once.
You weren't going to
I
do it
swear to
until
God.
I told you that. So compare it to something.
For you,
Quit making relative
for you to
statements that are
comprehend something,
open-ended.
you actually have to have an experience for your brain to understand and comprehend it. The
What does
sheer-
that
like,
mean?
You could put numbers on distances. Yeah, sure. The distance between here and the sun, 93 million miles. You can put
Math,
a number on it.
yeah,
all right?
it's
But
called
your
math.
brain cannot physically comprehend that distance because
What
it
do
is
you
just
mean
a sheer-
physically comprehend it? You're talking about the brain, and then you're talking about physically comprehend. Like what? You need to use
Your
a different
understanding
word
of it.
there.
You cannot actually understand it because
Well, what do you mean
of-
understand it? We
you
use the,
have an
we use the
experience-
numbers to represent it so that we can understand it. That's the purpose of using numbers to represent those distances, is so that we can actually like grapple with them in a useful way. That's why we have physics,
if
like
I tell you-
astrophysics and
if I tell
cosmology,
you
right?
the
It would be
stove-
impossible
if I tell you
without
the-
them.
If I tell you the stove is hot and if you touch it, it'll burn you, okay? You know the danger. You know that that's present, okay? But until you actually fucking touch it, you don't have a full comprehension of what will happen,
So-
what goes on.
Okay, what does that
Okay,
have to do with
that-
like measuring interstellar
Okay,
distances?
but that
we went from
but that's
in-
comprehension.
like that
okay?
to a stove touching event. Like,
It is frustrating.
I don't
talking.
see how one negates the other. Well, it's just because I'm not mindlessly going along with what you're saying.
Shipper's on fire.
No, it has nothing
I
to do
find
with
most of it.
so
I
happy.
find most of it absolutely incoherent, to be honest.
I'm just so happy that I got killed by fucking Wally and Nacho that one game, because I would be missing this conversation.
Oh, I like a spirited
It's
conversation.
so
Finally, I
much
was just
more
like,
fun
oh
than-
my god, I just can't listen to this
It is so much
anymore.
more fun playing this game with people to
Just
talk
say
to
something
than
that
sitting
makes
back
sense.
and playing like I'm feeling like I'm playing Oblivion again, or Morrowind.
Oh man, the days of playing. Do you remember the first time you played what was it, Skyrim? Like really played it?
No, I never actually played Skyrim.
Oh.
I played it like a little bit, but I never got into it because I preferred Morrowind and Oblivion. Like Morrowind was my shit.
great.
I played the fuck out of it.
That was great. Oh, that was great. He left it. He left in a huff. He's gonna be so mad. He'll probably report me to leadership. But the great thing is, I've got it all recorded, so I'm just gonna pull it all, just have it. And if he tries to make up some bullshit, I'll be like, well, here is all of it. If you want to listen, I recorded it all because I'm always recorded. I just didn't stream it. But that was hilarious. By the way, don't listen to him for anything. That guy is full. Notice how nothing he says is ever specific. Nothing he ever says references anything concrete, anything that you can Google. It's just buzzwords and slogans strung together with a conviction that has absolutely no substance behind it, which is why when I started asking basic questions and just pushing back in basic ways, he got defensive and he had nothing. He had nothing. And at first I tried to be reasonable. I'm just asking him, hey, can you just tone it down 20%? Can you just like relax? Because everything you say is this absolute statement that's made in a tone that brooks no argument, that sounds like a professor delivering a lecture where the expectation is you're just supposed to, to intake information and not backtalk. Which, by the way, isn't the way professors even run classes anymore, and they haven't run them that way for a long time. They're much more collaborative. They encourage challenge and discussion and questions.
They encourage you to get into a debate with them.
Yes, because that's how you develop deep knowledge, is by asking those questions that occur to you logically and then receiving satisfying answers. Like, that's how it works. But he can't give a satisfying answer for anything because he's a pretentious blowhard who gets by on his rank in the clan and the fact that nobody has the balls to do what or either the balls or the capability. You have to have both. And, I mean, you have to have a fair amount of capability because he has some level of intelligence and he can string together enough bullshit convincingly where you have to be good at calling it out in the moment and aggressive enough to just, like, tank the social damage that my social credit score in the clan just went through the floor. But it doesn't matter because I've got the whole thing recorded and I've got you as a witness. Not that I would ever call on you, but, like, you know what I mean? It's just, like, it's laughable. Like, the thing I would say is that as a general rule, like, if you go to a scientific conference where you've got like 1,000 of the world's top scientists on some field, like molecular biology, you will not hear, like, when they're giving their individual speeches and presentations and stuff like that, you will not hear